We must do the things in our own life to assure that we are on His side. When we are on His side, coincidence starts to happen. It's divine providence. It's like you're standing in the river with bait and a hook. And you're like, whoa, I went fishing. It was the wildest coincidence. I was just standing there in the river with a pole, hook, and bait, and a fish came out. I caught a fish. What a wild coincidence. No, dummy. You're in the flow. You're in the river. Do this. For the next 30 days, do not, or 40 days, do not dismiss anything as a coincidence. Don't pursue it. Figure out what it is. You were born at this time for a reason. You have a job to do. I don't know what it is. It's certainly not strapping explosives to yourself. Beyond that, I don't know what it is. It's for you to figure out. And believe me, if you don't listen to the coincidence of life, pretty soon, God just starts kicking you in the head. I know. It hurts. He's got big shoes. Firm reliance on divine providence. Remember, divine providence, a distortion of divine providence is manifest destiny. After our founders all died, divine providence went away and manifest destiny came. What is manifest destiny? Get out of my way, I'm on a mission from God. Trouble. That's bad. But standing in the flow of God, divine providence, with firm reliance. Why firm reliance? Why didn't they just write, with faith in God? Because faith is not enough. And God doesn't explain it. Look for the coincidence that will lead you forward. And faith isn't strong enough. It must be firm reliance. I can have faith in a lot of things, but only in God can I have firm reliance. I know this to be true, that if we're on the side and in the flow of God, things will happen that will lead us out. Is there anyone in this auditorium that does not believe that you have seen small and large miracles begin to appear everywhere? That's divine providence. Rely on it. He didn't set this country up. We're not over. He's not done with man's freedom. He's not like, you know what, that whole freedom thing, I changed my mind on that. He needs man to be free. If we don't do it, He will let us destroy ourselves. He's not going to destroy us. We will destroy ourselves. And then He'll find somebody else. A Moses that was standing by a mountain going, what the hell is going on with that bush? And then he'll go up and he'll hear God say, pick up your stick. And then if he's anything like Moses, he'll say, wait. You can make a bush go on fire but not burn down. You're the Almighty, the most powerful. And I gotta go tell who what with a stick? Yeah. Because that creates firm reliance. And we mutually pledge to each other our lives. What does that mean? Does that mean that we have to risk our life? Well, our military does. I hope we don't. But our military does. But it might. Alveda King was terrified to walk on that stage. Terrified. Behind stage, I have this great picture of the two of us. I walked out, and she was up next, and we were in this little tent area backstage. And she was standing in the tent like this. I said, Elveda, are you ready to go out? She said, they killed my uncle. For what he said. My father was killed because of what he said. She said, my daughter said to me, Mama, they killed Uncle Martin and Grandpa. When you finish, please, just come home. That is a brave woman. She said to me, you pray with me. As she's being introduced, we're standing arm in arm praying. And we finished, and I said, you're going to be great. You will do great honor to your family legacy. And I started to walk away, and she said, Glenn Beck? I said, yes, Miss. She said, let me tell you something. The next time you say to me, you got an idea, and it's going to be huge, and you're going to see miracles, I'm going to believe you. People save their life, but it also means that you don't necessarily get to do what you want to do. George Washington, my favorite story of George Washington, he's such an honorable man. I love this guy. George Washington, at the end of the American Revolution, he was a miracle to most Americans. Remember, he's a big 6-foot-something guy sitting on a giant white horse, with red, white, and blue. Basically, when he's on the battlefield, it's just like, shoot me here. And he would ride his horse out in the middle of the battlefield. And he was never shot, never wounded. He would come off the field, he'd be like, yeah, we gotta go over there. And they would shoot a hole through his coat. It was a miracle. The guys that fought in the American Revolution thought he was divine providence. At the end, they had defeated the greatest military force on the earth. And Congress didn't want to pay them. Not a lot has changed. And they were about to dishonor themselves, destroy themselves, and destroy the Republic. Because they were about to do the worst thing they could possibly imagine. They were setting off to set things right with guns in Congress. And George Washington said to them, don't you do it. We did not fight this hard for that. And they placated him. And he got on to that big white steed and he rode to Philadelphia. And he begged Congress, you've got to pay these men. They have pulled off a miracle. Pay them. Only one congressman would say he would. He would fight to his last breath. And he wrote it out in a letter. He asked the general to please read it to the troops. He put it in his pocket, he got back onto his horse, and he rode back. The men had sequestered themselves in a small room, and Washington knew exactly what they were up to. And he walked in, and the room fell quiet. And he said, gentlemen, we did not overthrow one tyrant to replace him with another. This is not what we fought for. There was rumblings and grumblings. And Washington said, I just got back from Philadelphia. I want to read a letter to you. And he pulled out a letter out of his pocket. But he couldn't read it. He had to reach into his pocket and get his glasses. The men had never seen this great man in glasses. He was invincible. They had never seen him with any kind of weakness. And he knew it as he put his glasses on. He could feel the room change. He said, I'm sorry. I apologize.